Greetings, tutor. My name is Andrea Mariela Sanchez Matute. I am in the sixth semester of Pedagogy in English Language, and this is my information card or cédula. This task is about academic writing too. Should be clear, concise, focused, structured, and supported by evidence. Its purpose is to help the reader comprehension. That is why focused on this, we are going to analyze the journal article, and we need we are going to show you an analysis of a magazine article related to virtual education in Apa format. Okay, let's start. As preliminary section, in this article is the the header. The header shows us the information. This part is for the header, and in this part indicate the name of the article, and for example, and show the journal of teaching and educational research. Okay, and the publication indicates the date. In this case is June 2022, and the part that was subscribed published is the volume 8 and the number 21, 20, and 13. Okay, the next part of the article. This article is in the topic. The topic in this case is the letter blacks. This indicates the fundamental idea that gives unity and meaning to all the elements of the article. So far, we have all the detailed information we need about the journal article. Also, the names for the researchers and authors. Okay, here we find the name, the authors, the research, in this case Thompson, and the Rivera Gutierrez and Higuera Syndrome Alejandro. Okay, in the next part, here we find the DOI. The DOI is the digital object identifier. This part is as unique and permanent because electronic publication signs it provides information on the description of the items and its location on the internet. Okay, the next part is the abstract. The abstract is a complete summary of the article in which the researcher's problem, the hypothesis, the method, the results, and the implication of the researcher are briefly appraised. And as noted, here the need to establish strategies for implementation is mentioned of virtual education. Also mentioned that a qualitative in this part, that mentioned the qualitative method, and with a executive design was used in the research and was supported by a review of the scientific literature and empirical reference in addition to the case study method. A procedure was defined for the resolution of said research problem. Well, so far, resume the summary as to us everything that research implies. Okay, let's continue. In the next part, we have the okay, in this part, we find the introductions. The introduction that gives a firm sense of what's done in the investigation and why is the investigation. Also explore the importance of the problem indicated with the problem deserved for the investigation. In fact, the introduction that mentioned that educational institutions have seen the need incorporated ICT technologies for the virtual learning. And they mentioned that it's necessary to for the operation and the study plans and any of the teaching modalities involved in this school. Okay. In the next part is the theoretical and referential framework. That is a section that existing theories that support the research are explained and showing that the work was based on established ideas. Okay. We'll find in this article we find a textual or direct quote in this part. In this part, the norms Apa and the textual citation is narrative, and the quote must be enclosed in double quotes. For example, yeah, regarding the regarding the method or methodology, uh, uh, regarding the method or methodology, the function in this part, methodological design, and this part in the function, the section is to describe all the experimental procedures. For example, including the controls, and that description must be complete enough to a good idea to describe the method and present results in the same order in the section. Okay, and the next part is the next part is results. Okay, the result is the function, they summarize the general trends in data without comment or interpretation. The result of the statistical test applied to your data report in the section. Although the conclusion about your original hypothesis are saved for the discussion section in the next part. Bueno, okay, okay. The next parts in this article, we have opportunities, internal analysis, strengths, discussions, mission, vision, the objective. These parts in the journal article is very important for the to complete the conclusion. Okay, okay. In the part the conclusions of the researchers have several elements: the formulation, the research problem, and summary, its main arguments or conclusions, a brief discussion of the implication of the research. And him in these conclusions mentions that the study focuses on designing a strategy for the implementation of virtual education in this unit educative. Okay, in the reference, we have the list of reference for a journal article in APA must include author, for example, here Castañón. In the part, the last name is followed by the first initials. For example, Chavez, the name is GE. And the year publications, for example, this is 2020. And the title of the journal, for example, Revista de Investigación, or Strategic Management Creating Competitive Advantage, okay? And the volume of the journal, for example, in this part, I see the volume, the information, this reference, and include the link. Okay, this reference is a complete information for the investigations or researchers. He found the information. Okay. Okay. This is all regarding the analysis of the article. In this case, the Journal of Teaching and Education Research. I hope to comply with the rubrics and appreciate your attention. Thank you.